A week later, they returned, hearts heavy with uncertainty. Dr. Rotimi placed the MRI scans on a bright light board, the faint shadows casting a glow over the images. As he pointed to the left temporal region of the brain, a hush fell over the room. There was a mild injury, he began softly, his eyes meeting her father's. No bleeding, no fracture, but there are notable changes in the area responsible for memory and language. The EEG showed irregular activity, but thankfully no seizures. Her father's gaze locked onto the unfamiliar shapes, as if they were an undecipherable map charting a territory of fears. "Will she get better?" he asked, desperation tinged in his voice. "With the right treatment, absolutely," the doctor assured him. "Children's brains possess a remarkable ability to heal, but we need to guide them through this journey." Her father exhaled, a sound of relief cascading through the tension that filled the room. Dr. Rotimi handed him a written plan, each word a promise of hope. "First, we'll begin cognitive rehabilitation therapy, exercises tailored for memory, learning and concentration. Additionally, involving a speech and language therapist is crucial, just to be thorough. I'm considering a low-dose medication to ease the abnormal electrical activity we observed. She also needs lighter schoolwork and understanding from my teachers." He turned to Sarah, who was quietly tracing delicate lines on the sheer surface. Her innocence a stark contrast to the gravity of their conversation. "How long will treatment take?" he queried, his brow furrowed with concern. "It varies from child to child," Dr. Rotimi replied. "It could take months, possibly a year, but we'll monitor her progress closely. She has a strong chance of recovery." Nodding resolutely, her father said, "I'll do whatever it takes for her." As they stepped out of the consultation room, he lifted Sarah's bag, intertwining his fingers with hers. Into tender gaze she looked up at him, curiosity lacing her voice. "Daddy, did I fail my test?" He swallowed hard, battling a wave of emotion. He managed a reassuring smile. "You didn't fail, we just uncovered the real problem. And now we'll work together to fix it." Outside, the sun beat down with an unforgiving heat, but the air felt lighter, filled with the promise of new beginnings. At home, Mr. Olaoluwa briefed his wife about the medical report. "So my daughter has been suffering because of that accident," she said, confusion etched on her face. "Oh, how I wish I could turn back the hands of time." Mr. Olaoluwa gently placed a hand on her shoulder. "Wishing won't change what has happened, and we can't afford to blame ourselves. What really matters now is supporting her on this journey toward healing and recovery." He reached into his bag and pulled out a detailed plan. With a thoughtful expression, he began to guide her through each step they needed to take to ensure their daughter's success. "Thankfully, we still have a few days left on our holiday," he added, a glimmer of hope in his voice. "We can make the necessary changes in the house before school resumes." As they discussed the adjustments, he reassured her. "We'll also inform Sarah's principal and teachers about these new findings and the support she will need moving forward. Together, we can help her overcome this." In that moment, it was clear. They were united in their commitment to their daughter, ready to face the challenges ahead with love and determination. The family rallied around Sarah. Her brother started revising with her, using songs to help her memorize information. At night, her father read aloud to her, short stories, Bible verses, multiplication chants, patient and steady, never giving up. Their living room transformed into a mini therapy center filled with flashcards, drawings, and colored letters pasted on the walls. Her mother joked that even the walls were learning alongside her. The weekly hospital visits were never missed. Tuesdays were reserved for cognitive therapy, and Fridays were for speech class. Our teachers were also very supportive. They reduced our workload and became more patient with her. Our classmates cheered her on with loud applause every time she answered a question correctly. Yet, every slight change that Sarah's family observed raised their hopes, only for them to be quickly dashed whenever she experienced a relapse. It felt as if the mood in the house was tightly linked to Sarah's progress. When she was doing well, everyone was happy. When she fell short of expectations, the entire household felt sad. The once joyful home had become a shadow of its former self. One Sunday after the church service, Pastor Ken called Mr. Olaoluwa into his office. "What is the matter, Mr. Olaoluwa?" he asked. "I've noticed a gloominess about you and your family lately. Sometimes you all look sad and anyone can sense it. Other times, you all appear unmistakably happy. Today, however, I noticed that you don't seem happy, and you look like you've lost a little weight. What changed? What is really the matter? Please tell me," Pastor Ken said, looking concerned. Mr. Olaoluwa sank into the chair, taking a deep breath and lowering his eyes. "Pastor Ken, a lot is going on in my family," he said, struggling to keep his voice steady despite his emotion. "It's about Sarah. Do you remember that she and her aunt were involved in a bike accident last year?" "Yes," Pastor Ken replied, nodding gently. "There was a brain injury from the accident, but we only discovered it a few months ago. Her academic performance had been poor since then, and we thought it was just because she had changed schools. This year, I decided to take her to the hospital for a checkup, which is when we found out about the issue." This is serious. Now I understand the reason for the gloominess. "I'm very sorry to hear this, my dear brother, and I believe that God will heal her." "Are you giving any medications at the hospital?" "Yes, but the treatment has mainly involved cognitive and therapeutic sections aimed at stimulating her brain. I must tell you, sir, it hasn't been easy, and we will greatly appreciate your prayers." "Actually, my wife and I have been praying for your family, and now that I understand the situation better, we will pray more. I know that God will see you through this trying time," Pastor Ken said softly. "Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivers him from them all." Pastor Ken continued to encourage Mr. Olaoluwa and prayed with him before going out to meet his wife and children, who were waiting by the car. Mr. Olaoluwa felt a bit relieved and encouraged, knowing that his family had someone interceding for them during this difficult time. He felt hope surge once again. Every report card Sarah received showed improvement, but none reflected the effort her family put in. 2 years had passed, yet the trial felt never-ending. Our teachers were tired, our family was tired, and Sarah herself was exhausted. She only managed to pass her junior WAEC and get promoted to secondary school. As is customary at the school, career experts are invited to interview students entering senior secondary school to provide guidance on suitable career paths. Sarah wanted to major in science and become a surgeon, but the career expert who interviewed her dissuaded her. The expert argued that the arts department could accommodate her forgetfulness, since she could become a newscaster and read information off a screen. However, he insisted that she couldn't be a surgeon as she envisioned, explaining that it wouldn't be acceptable if she forgot to remove a surgical instrument from a patient's abdomen. This comment devastated Sarah, and she reported it to her father when she got home. Mr. Olaoluwa was moved to tears when his daughter shared her experience, but he found the courage to encourage her. "Sarah, don't let the career expert's comments upset you. This issue with your brain has come, but it will surely pass. One day, it will be a story you tell to inspire others in similar situations. No matter which department you choose, my daughter, I'm confident you will succeed. God loves you and He will make it happen." Unfortunately, her father's words provided little comfort. Sarah entered her room and lay on her bed in tears, as emotions whirled within her: grief, impatience, and confusion. What is my life turning into? I can't do what I want. I can't become who I wish to be. Everyone keeps saying God will do it. When will He do it? If God loves me as they say, why did He let me have the accident in the first place? Why is my life so abnormal and difficult? Each question brought forth a torrent of tears, and the thoughts shook her to her very core as she wept bitterly, her face ravaged by grief. She heard a knock on her door but didn't respond. Instead, she cried harder, shaking violently. It was another sorrowful day for the family. They were heartbroken, watching their baby girl go through such hardship. Everyone in the house wondered what was happening to the poor girl who had locked herself inside her room.